Hello everyone and welcome back to more mini motorways. Today we're heading into Manila to continue our expert mode playthrough. The scores are again very similar to our previous runs, with this big spike at here at 500 and then another big spike at 1000, after which it sort of teeters off. I'm not the best at Manila. Manila is really not one of my better maps. But I'm hoping for a score of at least 1500. I'd really like 2000 so that we can be sort of in line with the rest of our expert mode runs. But 1500 is, I think, the minimum that I'm going to want to go for here. I don't love this spawn off the bat. I think I might do something like this, where we try and put as little space above this yellow road as possible, so that we don't get another population up here, or specifically in this area that we then have to go around the yellow or through the yellow to manage. I think that might be slightly better. And then we'll just hope that we get all yellow houses up here in this corner. I like that green. That's a very nice green. A little worried that it won't have enough room for the population to grow significantly, but it has this side and it has this side, so hopefully that'll be enough. I'm gonna put a road in here just for now to make sure that a business doesn't spawn here. Okay. 8 weekly choices left. I think I'm gonna take the bridge, just because Manila is kind of a bridge-heavy map. We're going to be focusing on bridges and motorways, and I'll probably take traffic lights once or twice. But I don't think I'm going to be grabbing roundabouts at all this run, unless there's like a very specific use case for them. I didn't mean for this road to become permanent, but I wasn't paying enough attention to it, so oh well. No. What? I had a road there. I don't understand how that spawned there when I had a road there. Okay. It's not the worst. Okay, it's not the worst spawn we could have gotten, because it is technically separable from this green by turning these greens and having them go downwards. But this business spawn was exactly what I was trying to avoid by putting the road through here. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. It's not the worst spawn we could have gotten. I don't love that our yellows are going to both be connected, but I also don't really see a way we could disconnect them. We could do something like this, but then they're all still connected anyway. I don't think it's going to matter, so I think I'm just going to do something like this, and then something like this. And hopefully we'll just get all yellow population up here in this corner. I've never seen it spawn like this, right on top of a road that was already placed. That's pretty crazy. That's okay. It's not the worst connected spawn we could have gotten. We always get at least one expert mode business that tries to mess with our efficiency, but this is not the worst one we could have gotten. 7 weekly choices left. Definitely taking the motorway. That one is significantly worse. This one is so much worse than this yellow one. We can't disconnect it from these greens. These two green businesses are going to be connected for basically the rest of the run, unless I can come up with a way to disconnect them, doing something like this. But oh well. We could do something like this, and then draw a separate road all the way around, but that's almost too crazy to be efficient. I don't love these greens. They're not super useful. Just because of where they are. We could potentially like, do a bridge all the way around and then into here. Something like that. But I don't know if that's realistic. I think I'm going to take the bridge. Just because I want to have a nice little bridge stockpile for this very, very long river. Our green is already starting to struggle here, so I think getting it some more green from over here is probably going to be our major priority. And also figuring out a way to make this slightly less of a disgusting intersection. I don't know. It's a decent gray. I don't immediately hate it. I'm probably just gonna run a bridge straight up. Might do something like this. This is technically less efficient. It might be better to run the bridge straight up and then do a little curve, considering that we're not going to be able to get rid of the road anyway. 5 weekly choices left. I'm going to take another motorway. It's probably going to be bridges and motorways all game. I don't love that white. I like it with this population slightly more. I probably should motorway this just because of how far the distance is, but it's not necessary. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to motorway these greens into here. So I'd really like to save our very limited motorway count for that. That's not bad. I don't hate that blue. I don't hate that blue at all. It's not a bad blue by any means. We'll just run a little road down here. I think I'll run it as close to the business as possible, just so we don't get any white spawning down here. Or if we do get it spawning down here, it'll be on this side and we can run it around the blue like this. And that'll be fine. I'll leave a little access road here. I'd really like to have more blue on this side. And up here even would be really nice. But this is what we're working with. I like this yellow. Very much like this yellow. I think I'm probably going to grab traffic lights on our next level up. And I'll thread these in like so. These yellows down here. We are completely out of bridges, which is a bit of an issue, I will admit. I want to see if we can get any more gray down here before I run a road up. I don't think we're going to. This will just be our gray road. Hopefully we'll get through this week without needing a bridge. Next week without needing a bridge. Go ahead and run these yellows up here in like this. And then this will just be spare population for this for this level 2 destination. I'm wondering if it would be better to do it this way. I'm not quite sure. I think this is slightly better because the right turn is slightly farther from the front door. I don't know. Go ahead and just do our little motorway into here just to get this a spike of population real fast. We will grab another motorway, happily. That does seem to be calming down now. I don't love it. I really don't love it. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to put a traffic light here. Or something like this. Where the motorway can either go onto this road and then into here, onto this road and into this level 2 structure. Ooh, okay. Didn't realize our white was struggling. That's a not great yellow. I don't love it. Ugh, and that's an even worse yellow. Or white. Jeez. I don't think gray is going to take this road if I ask it to. So this is probably going to end up being a motorway, which is really unfortunate because it's on the same landmass. These yellows I'd like to be a bridge, but this is probably just going to be a motorway, and there's not much I can do to make it better. I think we'll do the idea with this road, where we sort of have it merge in this sort of way. We'll take all of this green and combine it onto a single little road here. Hopefully we will... Oh, I already put a motorway down here. There we go. Hopefully we'll get more green population up here. And this will just be a for now motorway. I will get rid of this motorway. I'm going to be watching it very closely. See, I say that, and then this motorway is absolutely going to become permanent. Okay. This seems to be working somewhat decently. Wondering if it would be better to take off these roads. Okay. Hey, that's not bad. That's a really nice little green spawn. With this right here. That is really, really good. I kind of wish we could move this gray road over by 1, but unfortunately, the laws of moving roads is really difficult and expensive. Forbade us, so I think this gray and this green will probably just have to suffer together. White seems to be doing okay. This white seems to be doing much better now that it's got a lot more population on it. I think all of our green cars are taking this road and going around here. I really don't want that. I want them to take a separate road into here, but they don't seem to want to do that, so oh well. I don't hate that gray. I think I'm going to take gray around for it with something like this. And I might do this as well for... If I could draw this correctly. There we go. I might do something like this as well for this other gray business that we have up here. I think I'm actually going to leave this one road out so we can fit an extra road through here and then do something like that if we would like to do that. So I'm not sure if the map expands one more tile outward. I think this might be the edge of the map. I think it is. Oh well. I don't love that yellow. I'm gonna be honest. It's not my favorite. We could potentially run these yellows up and over to it. But that's a really far distance. It is Sunday. We will see what we get. Our last motorway. Blue levels up. A little scary. I really don't love this yellow. We could just run it on the same road as white and just hope that white can outlast the pain, which I think is probably what I'm going to do here. Ooh, this is nice. This is really nice. That's not. This is really not nice. This gray is absolutely awful. Abysmal. Disgusting. I hate it. How can we help this gray? I think it's probably going to be a motorway. I think it's just as simple as that. It's got to be a motorway. The only other option is either cutting through all of this or going all the way around and then through this white, which means this is forced to be a motorway. A little unfortunate, but okay. We're getting a lot of white down here. I do like this little white population down here, potentially going into here, but we don't have a way to get it over there, unfortunately. Our green also appears to be struggling, which I'm not loving. No. Ugh, no. Ah, it's like the worst blue we could have gotten. Okay. We can just do this. Or we can combine these two and turn them into their own population for it. Either way, I don't know that I see this run lasting significantly longer. We can do something like that for now. In fact, I'll do it slightly farther away from the entrance to this blue business. And that'll hopefully work out. Our green appears to be calming down just slightly. I think blue is probably our major problem child right now. Yellow seems to be holding out. Everything else seems to be holding out. It's just blue and green. This white could use some help. We've got this big yellow population over here that we just don't really have a way to make use of. Like, I wish we could get it into here, because then we could send these yellows up and into here. But we just don't really have a way to do that without cutting through gray significantly, or going all the way around, which is basically worse. Our yellows are really starting to struggle here, though. Just noticed. We can combine this yellow into here. Something like that. Or no, we want this to be the main road, I think. No. I think this is better. And then I think we could send these yellows just through the fastest little cross intersection you ever saw. Up and into here, and then over, and then into white here. Hopefully this shouldn't mess with gray too much. And then we can do these yellows all back onto this road. This should help with this white as well, just because this weird little jank intersection is slightly farther from the door. Or slightly farther from the entrance to the business. This intersection is still garbage. I still hate it, but that's what we're working with, so here we are. This business just leveled up, which is really, really, really bad. We don't have a very good way to get it a significant amount of population without taking basically all of the population from this one, which, to be honest, I might do anyway. This extra gray is good. This traffic with this green is now starting to become an issue. I think it is Sunday, so we're gonna wait. We get our 20 road tiles. I'm going to take this green and run it this way so it's intersecting with this white's population instead of our gray. We'll just turn all of our green off onto it. And that should hopefully help with this whole issue. This is going to make our white issue worse, which is not great. I'm wondering if there's a way that we could get this white more population without taking from here or taking from here. It's probably this. But I don't love the idea of just motorwaying it in because this whole thing has absolutely no traffic management and is quite honestly terrible. And honestly, moving this green road over might kill us. Maybe it would be better to motorway gray in. That's an idea. Okay, maybe we'll leave this as is for now. And then once we get some more once this gray starts having more issues, we'll sort of make it its own little gray population down here and send it upwards. I think that might be slightly better than trying to build a population down here for it. More yellow here. A lot of yellow here. Not all of this yellow is being used, and all of our yellow down here is connected, so that's really good. That blue... Oh, all of our blue is struggling. Okay. And we just got another blue spawn to top it off. Okay. That blue is probably a motorway. Plain and simple. I'll do something like this so that this yellow is not intersecting with this traffic, but this blue is probably just going to be a motorway. I'll probably just take some blue from like these 4 or something. Like these 3 will probably just be a motorway straight down to here. Hopefully that works out, because all of this traffic is not working out. None of this white down here is getting used yet, so it's not a big issue for this white business. At least thus far. I like this blue, but we just don't have a bridge to get it to somewhere where it can be actually useful, unless we cross it through green, which I think I want to avoid. We are at 1600. We're doing pretty well. I'm wondering if we can cross this blue somewhere. Like, if we could just run it through here, that would be so nice. I'm not sure that that's a viable strategy with how many double-dexed or how many level 2 structures we have over here. I wonder if we could run it up this way. And then down. I did just realize this yellow has been a level 2 structure for who knows how long, and I've been completely ignoring it. Oh, hopefully this is enough for it. I don't want to connect these blues in like that, because then all of our yellow structures will be connected, and I think that will kill us inevitably. Okay, maybe it'll kill us anyway. That's really a terrible, terrible yellow. Look at all of this traffic. All of this traffic is just awful. We get our 20 road tiles. White up here is not bad, actually. Green is starting to scream. This gray is starting to scream. We're getting green down here, which is not... It's close, but it's not super useful because we don't have a way to easily get it into this green mess. Yellow is struggling. Can we get this green any more population anyway? Because we have this green population that's not getting used, but we just don't have a very good way to get it over there. We are out of motorways as part of the problem. We could do something like this and just cut through yellow and just hope that yellow can handle it. Or something like this might be slightly better. And then we could even potentially take several of these greens and run them up on our yellow road through here. Have them go down, and then something like this, potentially. Oh, we're out of road tiles. Ah. Okay, we might just have to wait and see if that works. Okay, we got one more road tile. There we go. Alright, we'll just have to wait and see if that's enough green. I don't know that it's going to be. Look at this traffic. Oh, that's awful. This gray traffic is awful as well. I think gray might be a population issue. I just realized that. I don't have any road tiles to get it any more population either. I think I may have screwed up there. That's so unfortunate. Okay, we'll see if we survive until Sunday, but I think this gray is entirely a population issue. This traffic is probably going to be what kills us. Ugh, look at this road. That is disgusting. That is absolutely heinous. We get our road tiles. Gray seems to have calmed down. That's good. This is heinous. This is nasty. This is absolutely terrible. I have very few words besides ew. I think it's gonna be this green. Oh no, it was this yellow. Okay. 2092. I think I'm gonna be happy with that. That's for me, for Manila, that's pretty good. Manila is one of my worst maps. Like, I think I only gotten the 10% on Classic for Manila, but that's not bad. I'll take 2000. I'll take 2000. I'm not sure where we could have really made this significantly better. Our blue seems to have calmed down after we did all of this connecting. I think we had just hit surge population, and it was just that time where the game starts trying to kill you. This intersection, I think if it had been a traffic light intersection, may have been slightly better. But I think it was just too many cars on this one road, because this one road with this bridge was servicing this white, this green, this green, this yellow, and is it this gray? No. But it was crossing this gray traffic, and we were getting gray cars going from here over to here, which was, you know, not helping with the traffic here. So, yeah, that was absolutely despicable. It's also possible that these yellow cars were trying to go down here as well. So all of our yellow population was in use, I think, except for this one house that was not connected. That was absolutely abysmal traffic management there. I think maybe if we'd cleared that up, we probably could have gone on for another 100 points or so, but we were definitely getting there to the end. Top 4%. That is better than my classic. That is literally better than my classic percentage. Let's see where we placed. 340th. Okay, I'll take that. I'm pretty happy with that for Manila. Anyway, that was our Manila expert mode first attempt. We actually managed to do it in one attempt this time to get a score I was happy with. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you're feeling, whatever makes you happy, and I will see you in the next one.